My parents demanded my penthouse keys in front of 200 wedding guests. I said no. Mom slapped me. One phone call changed everything. My wedding day was supposed to be the happiest of my life. Instead, it became the stage for my family's final attempt to break me. The reception was at a high-end ballroom, filled with nearly 200 of our family members, friends, and colleagues. My parents, who had spent the last decade treating me like a glorified ATM, were already 3 glasses deep into the open bar when they cornered me near the cake table. "It's time, Leo," my mother hissed, her grip on my tuxedo jacket uncomfortably tight. "We're moving into the city for the winter. Hand over the keys to the penthouse." I blinked, genuinely stunned. "Mom, we talked about this. You have a house in the suburbs. My place is my home, not a hotel for you to crash in." "Don't be selfish," my father cut in, his voice rising just enough to draw attention. "You owe us. We raised you. We paid for this ridiculous wedding, didn't we?" They hadn't. I'd paid for every cent of it to keep them from having any leverage. "No," I said, my voice steady, though my heart was hammering against my ribs. "I'm not giving you the keys." The room went deathly silent. My mother's face twisted into a mask of pure, unadulterated rage. Before I could process her movement, her hand swung out and a sharp, stinging slap landed hard across my cheek. The sound echoed off the high ceilings like a gunshot. "Ungrateful brat," she screamed, loud enough for the entire ballroom to hear. "You think you're better than us just because you have a little money? You're nothing without us." I stood there, the sting fading into a numb, cold calm. I didn't yell. I didn't fight back. I just looked at them, 2 people who had spent my entire life trying to shrink me to fit their narrative. I pulled my phone from my pocket and dialed a number. "Is it done?" I asked into the phone, ignoring the shocked gasps around us. A voice on the other end, calm and professional, replied, "Yes, sir. The locks have been changed. The security codes were reset 10 minutes ago. And the lease termination notice for your secondary property has been served to their current address." I hung up and looked my father straight in the eyes. "You mentioned you paid for this wedding," I said, my voice quiet but cutting through the silence like a blade. "Actually, you haven't paid a dime for anything I own in years. That secondary property you've been living in for free? I've been paying the mortgage since you retired. I decided this morning that was finished." My father's face went pale. "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about the fact that you're currently being evicted," I said, turning my back on them. "And as for the penthouse keys, you're never stepping foot in my home again." I walked toward the DJ booth and gestured for the music to start. As the bass kicked back in, I saw my parents standing alone in the center of the floor, looking suddenly very small and very old. The weight of their control had evaporated in 60 seconds. My wife walked up to me, took my hand, and we stepped onto the dance floor. It was the first time in my life I truly felt like an adult. They left 10 minutes later, alone. I didn't look back.